John 13:33. Filioli, ad hoc modicum vobis cum sum, quae eretis me, et sicut dixi Iudais, quo vado, vos non potestis venire, et vobis dico modo. Little children, yet for a little bit longer I am with you. You will search for me, and, just as I said to the Jews, whither I'm going, or another way of saying that, where I'm going, you are not able to go. So also I say to you now. Starting off the verse, we have filioli. It is vocative, plural, diminutive of filius. Then we have ad hoc modicum. This is a rather odd phrase. Ad hoc normally means up to this point. However, given the underlying Greek, which we have right here, it's probably better to understand ad hoc as something like etiam nunc. Modicum is an adjective in the accusative from modicus, modica, modicum, and the accusative is extent of time or duration, and you can imply tempus. It is very common both for the underlying Greek and or Latin to utilize an adjective in a particular case, modifying tempus, but tempus itself not actually being explicitly stated, or chronos for the underlying Greek. And then we have vobiscum, I am with you. And then starting off the next sentence, we have quaeretis me, you will search for me, quaerere, taking the accusative. And in this case, it is the future tense, and notice the vowel being an E instead of an I for the present tense, for our connection between the stem and the verb ending. And then we have et, simple conjunction, and then we have this correlative, the first end of the correlative bracketed in blue, and the second in the red parentheses. And this direct quotation inside of the correlative is subject to the first. So the semantic core of the correlative is, just as I said to the Jews, so also I say to you now. And it's worth noting, although I treat the quotation as subordinate to the first half of the correlative, you would do just as well to treat it as a parenthetical thought. At any rate, we have perfect tense, first person singular, I said, Iudais, dative of indirect object, and then quo ego vado, vos non potestis venire. Whither I am going, or in more modern English, where I am going, vos non potestis venire. You are not able to go. Have our verb and complementary infinitive, and then the second portion of the correlative, present tense first person singular, and the dative of indirect object. The only other thing that I think should be brought to your attention is the use of modo. In this case is being used in a temporal sense, as opposed to a qualifier that you're probably more used to seeing. Another option to translate it would be nunc, but in all reality, modo is a perfectly fine and accurate translation.